Big blue breast finish here. Hi everybody.
Hi FlossTube, how you doing?
Good to see you all again.
We've missed y'all. It's been a couple of weeks. So we are here. This is Saturday. Can't believe it's Saturday. It's afternoon on the 21st of January.
Yeah, it's not been long since the last time that we had missed out on
We've
it.
done a little better this month.
We have a lot better.
Than we did in December. We didn't do good in December.
But it's good to be here.
It is good to be here on this beautiful day. We have Carolina blue skies outside, and it's just gorgeous. Even though it's a little chilly. But
she says it's chilly. It's winter time. Hello.
No.
She'd like it to be 70 degrees out here and sunshiny.
Oh, yes, I would.
Typical Southern gal.
Yes. Well, welcome to our FlossTube.
Welcome.
And WoodTube.
WoodTube now, yeah. We'll explain that one in a few minutes.
Yeah, and welcome to our subscribers, to our new subscribers, and to any that might have just stopped by for a visit. We hope you stay for a while.
Yeah.
Hi, FlossTube. Sorry to interrupt your viewing pleasure, but we forgot to introduce ourselves. This is FlossTube number 10.
And I'm Peter.
And I'm Kaffe.
And we are Peach Bee Skeps.
And Carolina Cross Stitcher. And I'm Carolina Cross Stitcher on Instagram. And we have
Peach Bee Skeps. Peach Bee Skeps.
On Etsy.
On Etsy.
So without further ado, back to our programming. I wanted to thank all of a bunch of folks subscribed in January.
Yeah.
And we are just so happy with that. Matter of fact, I want to show you the list of names. Look at this.
There you go.
Woo! I was going to read them all out, but I thought that might, take a little while. So we want to thank you for subscribing.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. We're so glad to have you come join and take a look at us and listen to us and spend a little time with us.
Spend a little time with us. And because of you, we have reached our goal of 750 subscribers.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, so we're really happy about
Amen.
that.
Yes.
We're really happy. And because of that, we said that we would have a giveaway when we reach 750. So we are going to have a giveaway, actually two, at the end of this video.
That's right.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yep.
Stick with us.
Hang
if you
in
can.
there.
Yeah, it might be a little long one, so get you something to drink or a little snack or you're stitching. And just sit with us for a while and then spend some time.
As I say down south, get you a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I haven't learned that one yet.
Else.
Or something else.
Or something else.
Whatever works for you.
We've got our water.
Yeah, water. Yeah, water's good.
Yeah. I don't think we can do anything else right now. We might fall asleep.
Well, yeah, I do that anyway, as
Yeah.
I've proved before, right on live screen TV.
And it's after lunch, so maybe everything's going to be okay. You kind of got that.
I hope so, and we'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah. But we want to thank y'all so much for your lovely comments. We really enjoy going through and reading them and talking with you guys back and forth.
Bless your hearts. Thank you so much.
We had some really great ones. I wish I could mention all of them, but Kimberly mentioned that Peter had said cool beans, and she said she thought she was the only one that said that.
I thought everybody said that.
I say that too.
I grew up saying cool beans.
Cool beans, yeah. And so that was neat, and we showed Peter's ornaments last time, and everybody really seemed to like the ornaments. So Peter will be making some of those. More of those. Yeah.
I've got 10 months till Christmas, or 11 months.
Yeah.
Get ready.
So Carol, if you're watching, sorry, the curls are gone.
Oh, the hair had to go. I tell you, I don't know how you gals can stand, or even some of you guys can stand long hair. I tell you, I know I needed to get a flea collar or a haircut, one or the other.
Yeah. Well, Carol had mentioned that she loved the curls. I love the curls too.
Yeah, well.
But it was getting pretty long. Woo! I cut Peter's hair and he cuts mine.
There you go. We are each shared the
I think I'm about due.
Yeah, I think you are. You're getting, your hair's getting longer there.
Yeah. So anyway, and then Susie said that she found us through Ambrosia Stitches, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. So Susie, we're glad you found us.
Yes.
I hope you're doing well, and that you're moving to North Carolina.
Yay.
Yes, that's great. So I'm hoping I'm going to have a new stitching and quilting buddy. That'll be so much fun. You can come upstairs and we can go up to my quilting room. Ginger Spice Eyes said, thanks for our FlossTube and WoodTube. So Ginger,
there we go.
You're responsible for us changing to WoodTube.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. Yeah, this is Peach Bee Skep, Carolina Cross Stitchers, and WoodTube.
Right.
FlossTube, WoodTube, it all goes together.
That's right. And Josie is also stitching the Tiny Towns, and she's doing the big-hearted Tiny Towns.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, she said that. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it, and that's one of my New Starts whips that I'm going to show you today. I'm wanting to put it on there on our spool up here.
Big boy up there.
Yeah, the big boy that Peter made. So anyway, we've got a lot to show you, a lot to share with you. We're gonna have a new spotlight. Okay, we've had our quilting spotlight, so we're gonna have that, but we're also gonna do a spotlight of Peter's painting. We're gonna do one per floss tube, because Peter is a prolific painter.
I don't know about prolific. But...
And we had a very good friend, very sweet friend, suggest that we start sharing that some of you guys might be interested.
Thank you, Becca.
Yes, thank you, Becca. Yeah, hope you're feeling better. So anyway, Peter's going to be sharing one of his paintings each floss tube.
Until I run out of paintings, then I got to make some more.
I think you've got a lot. Well, you need to get to work, Peter.
I know, yeah. When I've got nothing else left to do.
Yeah. So
I actually did start one the other day.
I know, I saw that. It was very pretty. The sky was beautiful.
Yeah, it was just kind of like it was a green kind of a day.
Yeah.
Kind of, different hues of one color to make a painting. I always thought that would be neat to do. Use one color, different variations and hues.
Yeah, monochromatic.
They call that values.
Yeah, I love monochromatic. That's what that is, monochromatic.
Wow, how
different
about that?
Different shades of the same color.
Monochromatic.
Monochromatic.
I couldn't even say that before. Now I don't even know what it is.
Now you learned your new word of the day. How about that?
Always teaching me.
Anyway, so we're going to do that, and we've got some FFO'd. We want to share with you whips. Haul, Stitching Kindness that I just received today, a little bit of antique store find and some Goodwill find, and then we have some big news to share with you.
Yes, big news.
Big news, yes. So
exciting.
Very exciting, very exciting. So do you want to share your painting first? Let's do that, or do you want to do the quilt first?
Let's do the quilt first.
Okay. Are you
so
sure?
I'll step out of the way here and we'll bring it on up. I'll help you bring it up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can't. Both of us ain't going to occupy the same space at the same time.
I know. We don't bring it too close. That's
okay.
Good. But anyway, this quilt was one of two. I had. This is one of those that's made without a pattern. I had seen one similar to this on Pinterest, and I thought, well, that's kind of neat. You know, I've got some fabric I could do that with, and I have a friend that was in our care group, and just a real sweet lady. Her name's Linda, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she was starting to go through the surgery and chemo and radiation and all the treatments and everything, and I just wanted to do something to show her that I loved her. So I made two quilts, and what happened, I made the one, because these are just, they're logs. It's called a log. I think that's what the name of it is, or bricks. But they're 2.5 by 3.5, and it's just, they're staggered, so it creates that effect to it. But I just took a bunch of Kaffe Fassett, and very, very colorful. You know, this is a happy fabric. I'm not afraid of color at all. I love color. But anyway, I just took a bunch of my Kaffe Fassett and cut them in 2.5-inch strips, and then made the logs. And I had all these big piles and just started mapping this out how I wanted to do it. And I wanted it to echo at the top and at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. But anyway, so I made one quilt that had white background, and I'm going to show a picture of that right here if I can find it. And then I had so much of these strips left that I thought, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and make another one. And I got them all ready, quilted them, and sent Linda a picture and said, okay, you've got your pick. Which one do you want? And she chose the one that had the white background. And I was really surprised. I thought she would choose this one. But anyway, I quilted this, and I just quilted it all kinds of swirlies and loop-de-loops. And then this is kind of a straight quilt here, straight quilting, almost like bricks, zigzag. I don't know if you can see that. And it's not a big quilt. It's not big enough for a bed, but it's perfect for if you lay down and take a nap. Or at night if you get a little bit chilly and you don't want to put it on you that you don't like too much quilt. I like a lot of quilt, so it's just perfect for that. So I just keep it in our bedroom. So anyway, she got the one and I got the other, but never know, it might be gifted away to somebody one of these days. And there was no pattern, so I can't really tell you that. I just played with it, but they're all 2.5-inch by 3.5-inch. Except for these strips, I did manage to And I don't know how I did it. I think I drew it out on a piece of paper and just said, well, I need this 2.5 by whatever, 7.5, 2.5 by whatever, and just, pieced it all the way around. I put it up on my design wall, and I thought that's going to be okay. So I put it together, and it worked.
Yeah.
And then the border, this is more of the strips that I had. And I did the same thing in Linda's, and this goes down the two sides. And so I used up, I don't think I totally used up all the 2.5 by 3.5 inch rectangles that I had, but I used the majority of them. So anyway, that was fun. I just thought I'd share that with you since it's Valentine's Day. So.
It's called Kathy's Heart.
Yeah. So we can just kind of.
What?
We're going to pause for just a second and move this out of the way.
Pause. There you go.
We're back.
Okay, we're back. Just move that out of the way and.
Now Peter's spotlight on his painting.
Yeah.
I'll scoot out of the way a little bit and give you some room. You want me to hold it while you
yeah.
talk about
I
it?
think I can hold it up here.
Well, no, they need to see your face.
Oh, jeepers.
Okay.
All right, now they can't see yours there.
I don't need. Okay, you tell me
All
if
right.
that's a good spot.
Well, I can't like this. Okay. I just said right. No, like that. Okay.
I got it.
All right. Well, I don't want to get too heavy there. Anyway,
Okay.
this is just something that I like doing landscapes, and basically, I'm not really that, as Kathy says, a prolific painter or anything, but I like to just splash paint around, see what comes out on the canvas. It's kind of a neat thing when you stand before an empty canvas and you have a picture that you go by, and in this case, I had a nice little picture there too of a little farm structure or a barn house or what, maybe that's Pete's outhouse. I don't know, whatever.
It's like a beautiful garden.
Yeah, and a little garden area with a fountain and that, and I just started sketching it out with a pencil, and then I start filling it in with little variations of colors and stuff, and ultimately this comes out after so long there, and you get to see some of the trees, and I envision this place here is the only thing missing I didn't put in, and maybe I will sometime, is a nice little easy chair to sit in out there so you could just listen to the birds, watch the squirrels, and just enjoy the beautiful sunshine of the day there. But
Or a bench.
Or a bench.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you've got the bird bath over there.
That's right. Yeah, you get a bench in there as well too, and so
flowers blooming. Oh, it's just so pretty.
But this is just fun for me. It's just a therapeutic kind of thing. I enjoy doing that. Kathy paid for me to have a painting class several years ago when we got married, because I was kind of showing an interest, and I really just kind of feeling my way around. I didn't really know what I was doing, throwing paint all over the place, and actually getting some of it on the canvas. She said, I'm going to send you to class, and so she did.
Let's go forward a little bit and straight so they can see it.
All right. Well, I think
Isn't
they
that
can see it
beautiful?
okay. But anyway, so I learned a lot out of that class. I just started taking other classes, and that was an oil painting class there. Now,
This
I
was
enjoy
oil.
oil paint,
Yeah.
and this is oil, in fact. But I've gone to acrylics now because basically I'm lazy. It's easier to clean up acrylics.
We don't have the smell either, right?
Well, the smell too, there is
Yeah.
that, but yeah. Anyway, so I want to thank Becca for encouraging me to show some of these paintings here that I just like to do. It's very just peaceful and like you said, therapeutic. Just to let the paint flow and see what comes out of the canvas. It's amazing what's hidden in that little canvas paper there when you, or not canvas, cloth, whatever. Yeah. So, but anyway,
I
just
think
want to
it's
show that to you.
Yeah, and he signed it down here, and we've got it hanging in our foyer over my antique singer sewing machine. It looks really pretty. Looks really pretty. I love your paintings. I really do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all taking a look at that. All right.
That's fun.
Okay, now I come snuggle up next to you over here.
Okay. So that's our spotlights on our quilt and your paintings.
Yes, spotlight.
Yeah, spotlights. So I do have an FFO to share with you.
There you
Yeah. This this is, I'm not really a great finisher, but hey, I'm trying, and you learn by doing, right? I think, or a lot of people take classes. I haven't had a chance to take classes yet, but anyway, this is a stitch I did that I just really enjoyed. It's called Small Things by the Drawn Thread. Hope you can see all of the specialty stitches in that. It was so much fun to do. I have a real hard time holding my hand still, so please forgive.
Hold that for you.
You think you can go up and show it to them?
I don't know. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, there's a lot of specialty stitches. Let me pull that out. I don't know that I could identify them now that I've got them done, but of course there's
The light changes.
the satin stitch, and all of these little leaves right here are satin stitch. That. And it's hard to do on the camera, that and that.
Everything's backwards.
Everything's backwards, and I think this is called a diagonal satin stitch, and these are diagonal satin stitches. There's a leaf stitch. Where is the leaf stitch? Oh, these were fun.
Well, I see them.
These?
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
Those were fun.
One more right there. Yeah.
I really enjoyed those. There's a small web stitch heart.
Like some of these.
I don't know if it was this one over here.
That's a heart for sure.
Yeah. And then this was the pulled upright cross heart. I think that was this one. There was a satin stitch on the bird's egg, which I didn't do too great on that, but I'm just going to give myself some grace. The bird nest, boy, this was all over the place. The stitches were just going all
like
over.
a bird's nest would
yeah.
be. Yeah.
The sprat's head heart, that was fun. And where was it? Sprat's head heart. I think.
Oh, right up over.
I think it was these right here. Those. I'm thinking Sprat's head heart, dusty rose. Yes. I think that was about it. There were several different diagonal stitches. Not diagonal. Several different satin stitches that went, all kinds of different ways. And then, of course, the back stitch. But I loved it. And it showed on the chart in a frame. And I had thought originally I would do get a frame for that. Because that's just lovely like that. But Peter had bought this for me. Let me show you. This beautiful scissor set with all these tools. And I love tins. I collect tins. So I just love tins. So wasn't that sweet of Peter? You got that for my birthday 2 years ago?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know what these tools are. I think this is called a laying tool, I believe.
No idea.
I'm not sure how to use it. I need to look that up. Of course, there's a thimble. I think this is supposed to be a threader. I'm not sure what that is. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. Tell me, okay? And then I think this is to hold your pins in.
And the top comes off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things come flying out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To hold your pins in. Isn't that pretty?
Nice.
I don't know how
Good solid metal there, too.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
Like
Thimble.
Like the stuff my grandma used to have up in Canada and all her stuff.
Thimble, I guess. I don't know if people normally put it on that finger. It seems like I'm normally have it on that finger. And then these scissors. Aren't they pretty? Very sharp. So I thought it would be fun to, since this is so special, to do a stitch on it. On the tin, though, and oops, this goes, I'll put that back in. There was a flowered, it was flowery around, and I didn't think that would look right. So I don't know. I don't know that this is going to be permanent, but I think it'll do for right now. It's just chenille. I just wrapped it around and used
double-sided tape.
Double-sided tape.
It's holding it nicely.
And then I glued 4 magnets on the back of the stitch. I don't want to take it off though, because so I could replace it. If I wanted to put something else on top of this tin, I could. So I glued 4 magnets on with Eileen's glue, let them dry real good, and then so it's being held there by the magnet. So, what you guys think? That's my second FFO of the month. I'm really happy I met my goal. So.
I like how you did that. You didn't even know how to do that stuff. You just kind of went to it.
Yeah.
Like a bird dog there. Just went right after that thing.
It's not saying it's right, but it's done.
Yeah, it's great.
In quilting, you can have a quilt top done, and it's not considered a quilt until you actually layer it and quilt it. It's called a flimsy. So if you've just done the top, it's just called a flimsy, which means it's really not anything. You need to finish it. So you really can't call it a quilt till it's quilted. So anyway,
well, that looks beautiful. That's nice. That's a good job finishing that.
Thank you,
Good experience there. And you didn't take class on it, but I can see you probably teaching others how to do that.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think I've got a lot to learn about trim. I was wanting to braid it, and I cut three pieces that were 2 yards long each, and then tied them together. But then I couldn't figure out where would I put it and how can I get it all the way down and braid it? I would probably need you to help me do that, which I've got it. Maybe we can do that. It might be a joint FFO, and I can redo that with the braided.
I'd be glad to help out, but that's all your project there.
Well, I don't know.
Yes, I know.
So anyway, that's my FFO. What about yours? Your FFOs, Peter?
FFOs. Okay, well, I got a couple of them.
Got a couple. Yeah. Yes, you do.
All right, and one of these you actually probably saw a couple times ago when I showed you a piece of purple heart that I had cut.
The blank, yeah.
The blank, yeah. Well, this is another piece of that purple heart that I cut here. We put in our shop. Beautiful piece of exotic wood called purple heart. And I just put one hole in it. I didn't want to put several holes in it because I just think it looks so beautiful, just like this. And this with a lovely piece of cross-stitching work done around it will really just set this thing off. It'd be really, really nice. So
what's the diameter of the circumference?
The circumference. Oh yeah, I did write down the circumference on this one here is 9 inches, 9 3/8 inches. Mm-hmm. So, and of course the height of this is the drum is 2.5 inches.
So that's from here to here.
Yeah, between the two. I always put these little rib marks here so that distinguish the drum part of this. We call that the drum of the spool there. Overall height is 4 inches, and I tell you, this is a heavy little booger. It really is. Yeah. Yep. The width of this is like 3.5 inches wide across there, and of course room for one pair of your favorite scissors to go in there along with your cross stitch, and I think that'll make just a beautiful little display there for your work and for your scissor. I hope the
color of that is coming through. It is just beautiful.
Yeah, the purple heart is really, really nice. It's becoming more popular here lately for whatever reason. I don't know what that, but it's very nice wood. And
so that's the second one you've made.
This is the second one we've made. So that's that one, and then I got a nice piece of maple out, a big old chunk of maple.
Big chunk, yeah.
I mean, this is like a boat anchor here. Kathy said, when are you going to make a 5-holer? Well, I said, okay, I'll make a 5-holer.
Because we hadn't done that in a while, yeah.
And I got this wonderful piece of Ambrosia Maple. That's what this little thing is right here. See the little dot holes there? Those are the entrance and exit doors for those little Ambrosia beetle, which are long gone. But anyway, beautiful piece of maple. Is just such beautiful hardwood. And again, this is a look great with this your cross stitch going around it too. This one obviously would have to be much bigger, wider that is, I guess. Let me give you the dimensions on that.
I think this has some curly in it too.
It does, yeah. If the light hits it just right, you can see the little waves shimmering through it, and which is typical in a lot of maple. But other woods have it as well too. But maple is more prolific with it, I think. The circumference on this drum right here is 12 5/8 inch.
Yeah, see.
So you have to have a cross stitch that's 12 5/8 inches, or you can have a bunch of filler in between there, or whatever. Ultimately,
you could also use this for wool applique.
Okay.
If you did a wool applique piece that was small, that you wanted to mount, and that would be cute.
Sure could. Yep. The drum size is a 2 3/8 inch tall for the drum, and this guy is like 4 3/8 inch wide, so it's a pretty wide one. Yeah. Room for 5 of your favorite scissors, and if you don't have 5 scissors, well then you can go to the store and buy some more.
Or you can use.
That's what this one does.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. FlossTube. I can't remember her name, but she put 4 scissors in hers, and then the center one she used for her iPad pencil.
Oh, that's a good idea.
iPencil.
Oh, yeah, so all kinds of things you could stick in there, a little flower or something.
Yeah.
Don't water it though.
No.
All right. So anyway, this is the big one there. I'm gonna do some more. I got some more maple, big pieces of maple, and got some big pieces of basswood out there. But just wanted to show you this one here. It's in our shop. You can go ahead and look at it if you'd like to.
Excuse me.
And that's my FFOs.
Mm-hmm. I like those very much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, I guess we're into the whip portion of the program. And I have 3. Oh, let me show you my book.
Last time you forgot that almost.
I know. It's easy to forget. I don't know why, but this really helps me to keep up. And I decorated it a little bit with some stickers. A cardinal up there, a little row of flowers down at the bottom. I like birds and flowers. Birds and flowers, yep. And dogs and cats. And
pretty much everything.
Yep. So I've been busy this month. I've done, basically I've worked on, well, since the last FlossTube. Okay, I won't go back to the beginning of the month because that was all new starts. But since our last FlossTube, I worked on Whip Go for 10 days. So I did my first Whip Go for 5 and the second Whip Go for 5.
Good job.
Yeah. And then I had a new start, the last 5. So what I worked on first, I'm going to go ahead and get you to hold it up because that way they can look at it while I'm
sure thing.
Pulling out the information and talking about it.
I've got it.
Of course, a lot of y'all recognize this as GLeger 1898 by Reflet de Soie. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart. I know you've seen this, but just in case you're new and you're coming back to cross stitch and you haven't seen it and you want to write it down, and we'll have all this information in at the bottom too if you don't have a pencil. But it's GLeger 1898 by Reflet de Soie. It's a beautiful chart.
Beautiful colors.
Beautiful colors. And I'm using the floss conversion that Lisa from Kindred Stitcher, she was kind enough to share it with me. So these are the flosses. And these are just gorgeous. She really has an eye for color. And Lisa, I really appreciate you being kind and sharing that. Your work is gorgeous. And your finish was beautiful on this. So I'm hoping to get more done. And this will be it will be a focus piece 1 month this year. I'm not sure which one. Anyway, I started this on, let me give you the stats. Okay. I started it on October 18th of 21, which was in honor of my mom's birthday. It's my mom's birthday stitch. And I'm stitching it on 36 count antique white linen. This is also a stitch along with Kim, the Kindred Stitcher, and it's hashtag Reflet de Soie Sal. And you can join it if you're stitching anything that's Reflet de Soie. I'm doing the GLeger. There's a lot of people doing other stitches. And it's going to be an ongoing sale. So, we're not all stitching the same thing. You just stitch what you want as long as it's a Reflet de Soie. And there's no time limit. There's no, you have to have this done by a certain time. No, there's none of that. There's just stitch as you can. And I need to post. I need to get better about posting to Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, I did post this one not too long ago. And, but as soon as I work on it some more, then I need to post as I work on it. So people can see.
Very good.
Plus, it's a great record. So a year from now, Absolutely. I can go back and see what I've done.
You track your progress.
Yeah, but let me go forward just a little bit so they can see the whole thing. The colors are just killer gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Now all this alphabet that I'm working on here, this line of alphabet, it has more floss that goes in these little squares that are open. But I'm going to wait until I finish that alphabet completely, and then I'll go back and fill in those little accent colors, because I think they're different in each one. So that'll be just a little bit tedious, but I can save that tedious work for later. So, So anyway, I do love this piece so much.
Very nice. Beautiful. Beautiful work.
Thank you, darling. Hope this doesn't go crashing down.
Well, they'll hear it if they do.
I'll leave it up against the plant.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 2 more. And this was my second whip go call. And I'll get you to go ahead and
Do that one here. I got it right here.
hold it up. I do have a thread, so y'all, please don't mind my thread. I'm working on January in this series. I finished August, which, you know, we did that because of Nellie, our dog. And I think this is, yes, this is the floss for that. And I have the chart, and it's Hawaii 5-0 if y'all didn't recognize it. Anyway, this is a monthly sale, 12 parts, Joyful World by Snowflower Diaries, and it's free on their blog. I started it August the 28th, 22, and I'm stitching, this is Sparkly Grape by Grace Notes. Sparkling Grape, 36 count. And I'm using the DMC conversion instead of the overdyes. So this is the one I've worked on for Whip Go. And these are the flosses. I love the orange. That little fox. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the crow on his back. Oh my goodness. But I got so far. I was going to work on it in another day instead of just my 5 days. But these are, oh, let me show you. January. I'm going to take this out so you can see it. And I probably need to make a bigger picture. So this is January right here. And that line of grass that is under the fox is Algerian islets. I haven't done those before. And they look like they're hard to do. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do those. I talked with Becca about that, and she said try Smyrna crosses. So I think that's when I pick this up again, I'm going to try the Smyrna crosses because that's a lot. It's a whole lot of specialty stitches underneath. And she said she has done those and they turn out beautiful. So that's what I think I'm going to do. I have that line and then the snow and putting in the white of the flowers. Up here, doing, you know, the white of the flowers. And then I think that's it. Oh, and I did something a little bit different. Instead of using the B5200 and the white of the fox, put it a little bit closer for you.
Okay.
It just wasn't showing up very good. And so I got out some silky thread. I think it's 101. 1001. And I didn't know how that would do, but now the tail is done. I did it with 2 strands of B5200, and it was nice and fluffy, but I thought, I don't know if I want to do that here. So I tried the sulky on his face, chest, and stomach. I think it's really cute. I don't know if you can tell, but there's definitely it's raised a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice.
How you doing back there?
I'm doing good. Hanging on.
Good. Hang on. Okay.
I'm fine.
So that is Joyful World.
Take your time.
Next time I pick that up, I'll finish January and do those Smyrna crosses, and then depending on what month it's called in my whip go, then I'll pick up whatever month or or whatever one I want to. I'm not sure. I'm not going to go January through December. I'm just going to stitch what I want to when I want to.
There you go. That's the whole idea behind this, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't he cute? And I know this looks a little confusing, but if I had realized when I started this, I would have done, several of them across instead of going down that way. So I did that the wrong direction. So anyway, I should be able to get a little bit more out of the fabric.
You got room that way.
Yeah. And the next one, I might end up changing fabrics. I don't know. And then I had a new start. Excuse the zip. Oh, I had it unzipped. I was prepared.
All right. Well, now you gotta get double zipped.
Okay, I'm gonna hand this to
Sorry.
you.
Alrighty. Have board ready.
Have board ready. Okay. This is Tiny Town, Big Hearted Tiny Town. I made a big copy of this chart, so y'all, I know you've seen it. So that's it right over there. Big Hearted Tiny Town, or up here. It's so cute. So I'm about a third of the way across. Go a little bit that way, sweetheart.
Right.
Yep. So I've done, I have a hard time figuring out where I am. Done the tree, fence, this house, the fence, this house, this little thing in here, the pendant, the fence, and this house. I haven't done any of the back stitching yet or put the buttons in. So I've got, these left to do. And I'll work on that again tonight. I don't know if I think this is the 4th night, so I might work on it, tonight and one more night. And get done what I would like to have it done for February, I really would. For Valentine's Day and put it on Peter's spool. So, but I'm using the called for floss, except for one of them. Now, let me get out the chart so I can tell you truly. It was one of the pinks. I think it was Rosy Glow. No, it wasn't Rosy Glow. Was it Ripe Melon? It was Ripe Melon I couldn't find. So I looked to see what was comparable to Ripe Melon, and it said that the Gentle Art Pink could substitute, or DMC 3326. So I got both of them from 123 Stitch, and I'm telling you, I cannot tell the difference. They look exactly the same. I mean, that's, you put them together. Can you tell the difference? I mean, I really can't. I don't see any variation at all. So, but anyway, picked it up last night and used, instead of the Victorian pink, I went ahead and used the DMC. And that is this little pendant right here that's over the house.
Very nice.
So,
very nice indeed.
But these are the flosses. Very pink and white and brown. Aren't they pretty? Oh, I just love them. So, yeah, this is a fun stitch. And it does come with 4 little buttons. I forgot to put the buttons on Christmas Tiny Town.
Right.
Yeah, so I need to.
You gotta go back and do that.
Yeah, I will. When I take that off and put another one on, then I'll put the buttons on. So that shouldn't be hard to do.
Alrighty.
So that is my whips.
Very good.
Very good.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, I got some whips too.
You got some whips too?
So let me whip it on you. Alright.
Okay.
Trying to think of some new ideas, old ideas, any ideas to come up with, put in the shop and to make for people. Well, we thought about the idea of making cones like I started to when I originally got into this business. And so I started making some different kind of cones that I'd like to show you here. These are all my whips. Again, old piece of rustic old, I think it's maple here. You see it's been quite ruggedized, got some nice looking grain in it. Got a big hole in there for your shears. These are obviously for the big scissors.
Yeah, seamstress shears.
Seamstress shears, yeah, okay. So.
Or the larger embroidery needles, embroidery scissors like Karen K. Buckley or Kai.
Yeah, yeah. But and this one here, it looks rough and whatnot, but it's a good solid piece of wood. And I'm finishing this up with teak oil instead of the usual hard finish that I use, because oils, especially with older wood, have a tendency to bring out the grain and the richness of the wood so much more than just a plain. I could polish this with just regular polyurethanes or that type of other finish that I use, but it just won't bring out the grain in his woods that teak oil will do, or all oils do. So, and I got a little time to wait for this. I put on a coat on yesterday. It's going to take 2 or 3 days to dry before I can do it again.
How many coats do you have?
Probably about 3, maybe even up to 5. Would be a
So
good,
it's going to be a while.
good hard finish on it, and then like 5 days after the last coat, it'll be good and hard and ready to go. So there's no big rush on that. I've got another little what do you call this thing here again? The
is that golden rain tree?
yeah, no, actually the wood itself here is not golden rain tree. This is actually, I think, is
Maple.
yeah, or some version of maple. I'm not really sure what all kind here, but anyway, I decided to put a little top on here, and I had some mahogany laying around. You can see I've got my cross lines in there. This is still got to be sanded out, finished. I didn't burn my rings in there yet.
Yeah, you haven't smoothed them out or anything like.
Right.
Show them the difference between that one and this one, where you kind of round and.
This one here has actually been finished the same type of wood, but this has got 1 coat of teak oil on it, and the mahogany top. You can see the mahogany looks a little bit different than between the two here.
Big difference.
I like putting that mahogany on there because it adds a little character to it.
Lots of interest.
But again, and this feels so much better now. This is smoothed out, burned in, and the wood is just, I mean, it's a good, solid piece. I will not put a really big hole in this one, I don't think, like I did this one. This is a 7/8 inch hole here, which I think is kind of big. I think I'll just go down to 3/4 on this one, which should be plenty big for your shears and all that kind of stuff.
But you can see the difference in the beading. This beading hasn't been completed. It's not. It hasn't been rounded out.
Rounded, sanded, and
yeah.
that kind of thing, and sealed. I also seal all the wood that I use here, so that nothing, it won't come apart or anything like that. This is a piece of spalted, the same kind of wood as this other one, whichever it is. If anybody can identify it, then you're doing better than I can. I'm not really sure. Again,
it's heavy
mahogany.
though. I mean,
it's very heavy wood, so your shears, when your shears are in, it's not going to fall over on you or anything, because it is. I mean, it's quite heavy.
Yeah.
And but it's beautiful wood. Nice little knot there.
Yeah. And we're gonna, in our plans, or we really hadn't, talked about sharing that with y'all today. But what we'd like to do is do some separate videos, like extra videos of Peter turning.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, when the wood is in its rawest state, all the way through to the finish. So you can see kind of the steps that he goes through.
Time release, so I won't drag you all the way through the mud there for every brutal step.
Yeah.
But so.
I just think that's so neat. I love these. They remind me of the old-fashioned cones that they had in textile mills.
Yeah, that's what I like about these. It does have a touch of the old-fashioned on them, and I like the touch of the little mahogany on the top there. Just sets it off.
Yeah.
And I got one other one to show you. I was playing with an old piece of, again, this is that old cherry that Don Thompson gave me.
Over there.
Same as old there. This is an old piece of really, really old ancient cherry that I had cut a vase with. And it had a little natural fissure on the side there. It looks like, I don't know what, if it had got a burn mark there at one time or whatever.
Got a scar.
A
like
scar.
We all do.
Yeah. And I think I'm just going to, we got to finish off the bottom. Obviously, that's not finished off. And the top, I'm just probably going to drill a hole in here so it could be like a weed pot. And for those of you who don't know what a weed pot is in the industry, they drill basically a hole like this. It won't be hollow on down here, but I'll drill a hole all the way down. So what people do is put flowers in there or something like that. Little dried flowers and stuff like that.
I don't have any weed pots out.
And this had a natural fissure on the side too, which has been sealed and obviously and put epoxy. I use epoxy for all of my seals because epoxy is the hardest thing on the planet, and nothing's going to tear this thing apart other than an axe or a hammer or something like that. But anyway, it's a nice little vase that I just wanted to share. And again, the color is not really showing up like we're seeing it here. It's so much red here, but the camera on the computer just doesn't seem to show it. And this is a finish with oil as well too. This is not.
That's
this is an oil finish. Okay. Good hard finish, and it's been out in the shop here for several days here now since
we've had that out in the shop.
Yeah. So all I need to do now is when totally finish it, it'd be the top and bottom, and then put a good hard wax finish on it and buff it out, and it'll make a pretty little display.
Pretty vase, little weed pot.
The weed pot.
That's just beautiful.
Why they call it a weed pot, I don't know. That's what they call it.
I guess you can stick a weed down in there.
Stick a weed down, whatever you want to.
Oh yes, and I wanted to. Okay, the next. Oh my goodness, we've got some big news.
Yes, we do.
Big news. Um, Becca from Ambrosia Stitches, she is designing reproduction samplers now, as many of you know. And she's just doing a beautiful, beautiful job. And I got a message from her several months ago. I can't remember exactly when it was. It was last year. And she wanted to know if Peter could make a spool for one of her new sampler reproductions. And I said, you bet. We definitely can. I said, well, what kind of wood do you want? She said, I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm like, oh my, okay. But her reproduction was being stitched on vintage country mocha on a 40 count. Yeah. So she was able to give us the exact specifications of the size that she needed around the circumference of the spool and the height of the spool. So it does the height of the center of the spool, right?
Right. What we call the drum. Earlier we called the drum.
Yeah, but I mean it could be higher than that. It depends. Peter finishes all his, turns all of his pieces. They're all a little bit different. So some of them might be 1/8 of an inch taller, or a half an inch taller.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
this one she gave exact specifications.
Specifications.
She designed it, and so I built it to her specifications.
Right.
And that's what we're doing now.
Yeah, so it's so exciting. We haven't done anything like this before. So her reproduction, which is being released February the 1st, is Charlotte Hatch 1838. And she said it was fine for me to tell you guys about this. This is her sampler that she reproduced, and this is the spool out of walnut that we made for her. We have also, Peter has turned other woods, cherry and maple, and of course walnut. And
sycamore.
Sycamore is a new one. That's not one we've offered yet.
Right.
But Becca has gotten in touch with several shops that are going to be carrying her chart, and has told them about that we are in collaboration with her, and if they're interested in having the spool there also to encourage people to, here's something you can finish it on, they can contact us. And we have had 2 stores contact us, which we're very, very excited. We haven't, sold our turnings in stores yet, but we're really hoping that this might be a new avenue for us and a new way to get our goods to people that maybe aren't on Instagram or don't watch FlossTube. They can go into their LNS and they can actually see it there. Yeah. And there is something about seeing it and feeling it and smelling the wood that is just a whole different level of appreciation.
It is, because even when we take pictures of that, what we put in our Etsy store, it just doesn't, a camera just doesn't capture the way it feels, the way it actually looks before your face there.
So and light too can make a big difference.
The light, it does. Yeah.
So I use a lot of different lights when I'm taking pictures, and I've got the natural light coming in too. But I mean, you can hold a piece in daylight and sunlight and different kinds of lights, and you're going to see different characteristics come through. So when y'all go into your LNS and you see these there, you'll just get a different appreciation for the beauty of the wood and the craftsmanship that is going into it. So we've got some here that we want to show, right?
And like with most of our stuff, you go in the store, and if these things are on display, unlike most stores that say don't touch, don't feel, we want you to touch, we want you to feel, because we know you're going to be delighted with that. So just to show you a walnut one to begin with, like the one that Becca made requested for with her specifications. This again is another piece of walnut, and as you can see, the grain on that walnut is just such a rich, beautiful wood. It feels so good, and it's just really beautiful. Got our little symbol there.
I forgot to mention all of these. I spoke to Becca and I said, "Do you mind if we call them?" She asked if we were going to call them something in particular. What should people ask for? And I said, "Tell them to ask for Becca's spool."
Yeah.
So we've named all these spools Becca's spool.
These are all Becca's spools.
Becca's spool.
So if you ask for one with specific design, you can have your own name on it as well too there.
Right.
Because I can make them to any size whatsoever. Becca was just so kind to ask about these and give us the exact what she needed for it, and we were able to make these. So
so happy.
what a lot of fun, and working with wood.
And Peter's doing something different on the top.
Yeah, the top's a little recessed top, and before on other ones, I don't have a sample here to show you, but they have it was kind of a raised little top for some of these, or just plain flat. And I thought this might be kind of a different type of a thing. It's almost like an old-timey type of spool.
Yeah,
with the whole top and like that. And of course that doesn't go all the way to the bottom like old-timey wood one there. But anywho, that's the walnut one, but I got more to show you.
And these are also you can use for your scissors.
Yes, you can put your scissors in there as well too. This is a piece of Ambrosia Maple again. This one only has one door for the bug to get in and out of. I don't know how that worked out. But again, a little recessed top there.
It's just beautiful.
The grain is just absolutely beautiful on this wood here. Maple I love working with maple. Good hard wood, and it's really good. Stand the test of time. Very good. And then cherry. These are the three main options that we are really kind of offering right now is the cherry, walnut, and maple. But we can also get other kind of woods. Right. Pricing may vary depending upon how available or not.
And if it's a exotic wood,
sure,
that would be exotic more like the Purple Heart.
Sure.
Yeah,
you imagine these are Purple Heart?
No, it'd be beautiful.
What do you think about that, Becca? Huh?
Be beautiful.
All right, and this is a piece of cherry. Cherry's a beautiful wood here. We have quite a bit of it to use. Again, the top.
But look at the difference. This is what I'm talking about with Peter. Hold that up, sweet. Can you see the difference in the top? This one has a much wider top.
Yeah. The reason for that is that the cherry was a wider piece of wood to begin with.
I love it. Yeah.
But where it's critical is that this 4-inch height that Becca requested, and also the circumference of this being 7 1/2 inches that she asked for too. Anything else above and below, well, that's when I can get creative and have fun with it, depending upon the size or the type of wood that I have. Cherry was bigger, so these came out a little bit bigger than say this particular one here. Now this is a piece of sycamore, and it's more like the walnuts one there because of the size of wood I had to begin with is smaller as well too. Because see, we buy wood, it's like generally 3 inches by 3 inches by 12 inches. But we're finding out that when they say it's 3 inches, it could be anywhere from 2 1/2 to well, it never is up to 3 inches, so maybe 2 7/8. Yeah. So cherry's one. The people we get this from they're more gracious and more true to the size that they give us. Pieces the sycamore like this one is
more like 2 3/4.
It's more like 2 3/4. You get what you get.
Yeah.
But the main thing is we get the right size for the stitch. Yeah, the drum, what we call the drum, and the height of it. And this sycamore is beautiful, absolutely beautiful piece of wood too. And actually, maple is a part of in a maple family as well too. Sycamore is.
Oh, sycamore is part of. Okay,
it
I didn't
is.
know that.
Yeah. It's just another species of that kind of thing. But it's got beautiful grain, and so. Yep. Anyhow, so this is why we're so excited about this. We're gonna.
So Charlotte Hatch. So y'all look at this coming out February the 1st, and I know she said she was going to have it on Fat Quarter Shop. Yeah. And I don't know if Acorns and Threads, but a lot of different shops are going to be carrying it. So.
One thing you might notice is Becca likes Yetis.
Yes, the Yetis.
She drinks out of Yeti cups.
Yeah.
She's all about that Yeti stuff.
She is so sweet. And as
Sasquatch.
part of our announcement of the collaboration was she asked if we would be interested in participating in her interview with a floss tuber. I was like, oh my gosh, we're so little compared to these big guys. I don't know. Do you really? But anyway, so she was very gracious to do that, and we said yes, we would love to. So we did that. The middle of the month. It was released January 15th. So if you haven't watched that, we'll put a link below, and please go check it out. She is such a sweetheart. We really had a good time.
Great time visiting with her and talking about all kinds of things there. Yeah.
Well, and getting to know her, and about her life and what she's doing and all that.
Thank you so much, Becca, for having us join you. It was a real blast, and so
much fun. Yep. And she boosted our subscribers.
Yes.
Because we were lingering right at 700. Yeah. Or around that. 720, something like that. So, that really helped to boost us, and we thank you, Becca, very much for that. Excuse me. So, I guess that's, our big news. Did we want to talk about?
Yes, we do.
Oh, yes.
Yes, because this all kind of goes along together there, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. Thanks to my friend Merritt. Thank you, Merritt.
Yes, thank you, Merritt.
I was chatting with her on Instagram one day, and she was talking about going to a retreat in May, and I said, "Oh, where are you going?" I haven't been to a retreat. I would love to go to a retreat, but that seemed so impossible. It just didn't seem like it was possible for us to do that. Plus, the retreats fill up so fast. Anyway, she told me that it was a retreat that was coming up at Craft Gallery, and guess who's going to be there? Oh my gosh, y'all! Teresa Kogut is going to be there. Boy, talk about fangirling. I won't be just, oh, hi, Teresa. I don't even know if I'll be able to talk. She's amazing. Yes, amazing. So I thought, well, there's no way they have. She said, well, just call Paula at Craft Gallery and see if they have any, or if you can get on the waiting list. So I didn't do it, and I thought, well, okay, I'm going to just do it. And that was last Saturday. And I called, and Patty picked up the phone. Paula was busy, and I asked her if they had a waiting list, and she said, yes, we have a waiting list. I said, okay, well, I would like to get my name on the waiting list. And she said, well, we just had a cancellation, and
talk about timing.
Oh my gosh! And I said, well, I hadn't even really talked to Peter about it. Had we even talked about it?
Didn't even mention it to me.
Well, I mean, I just thought it was so just impossible. Anyway. So I said, well, when do you need to know? I need to talk to my husband about this, and just, there's a lot of different things that we'd have to figure out. And she said, well, we're going to be open back up on Thursday. So if you can let me know by Thursday, that will be great. So I talked to Peter about it, and we went back and forth, and just didn't see any way possible for us to do it. It was going to be a almost 10-hour trip from where we are in
to Ohio.
Up to Ohio. We're in Wake Forest, North Carolina, and we don't travel that well in a car. I mean, we can do 2 hours or 2.5 hours, but Peter has problems with his legs, and I have problems with my back. We're getting older, and that happens. And plus, our dog Buddy is geriatric, and we really couldn't leave him.
Yeah.
We just couldn't leave him with somebody else. I don't think he would do well at all. I think he has anxiety issues if we're separated for very long at all. So there were just all these hurdles, and we didn't know how in the world we could figure it out. So we thought about it, and we prayed about it, and we thought about it, and we prayed about it.
A lot of praying.
A lot of praying. And the other day I thought, okay, well, let me just check and see if there's a train going to Findlay, Ohio. And so I went and looked, and there was a train, but it was actually, you would have to change trains 3 times. And one of them was in D.C., and it was a 2.5-hour layover. And I'm just not one to travel by myself too well, especially in places like that.
12-hour trip, too.
And it was a 12-plus hour trip. It was like 12 and a half hours or something like that. In a chair. There was no, to get a room, there was one room left, and it was $1,000. I just couldn't do it with $1,000 for a trip. And so that was out. So I looked at the planes, and there were no planes that went to Findlay. They would go to Akron, I think is where I said.
Is that the closest?
Yeah. Was it Akron?
I don't know if that's Cleveland. I'm not really sure of the area up there. But anyway, airport was far away.
Far away, and it would be, I'd have to rent a car and then drive an hour and a half or whatever. That just didn't seem possible. So just didn't know what to do. And it occurred to me, and I don't know, the thought just came to me, why don't you make a road trip out of it?
A road trip.
Why don't you make a road trip out of it? And I started getting really excited, and I looked. Actually, I looked on. Where did I look? I talked to Patty at Craft Gallery, and she said, there's a Facebook group, and the name of it is Stitching Road Trip, and it will tell you all of the cross stitch shops in every state. So I went.
What do you know?
And pulled it up. And what was the girl's name? That
I'll have to put a link to that in the bottom as well.
Yeah,
too,
I'll put a link to that. Of course, you have to join the group. You know, you ask to join just like it's a private group. What was the girl's name? I think it was Kelly that did this massive chart of every cross stitch shop by state.
Oh, the cross stitch, but quilting, stitching,
And quilting.
anything.
Okay, it was cross stitch, needlepoint, quilting, punch needle, and she lists, you know, what their specialty is, if they have classes, if they have retreats, when they're open, their address, it was a complete chart. She did a massive job, an incredible job. Big database, and what a blessing. Mm-hmm. So I sat down with it the other day. Yesterday. Oh, I think I talked to Peter about it. He said, you know, that's kind of an interesting idea. So we were thinking we could do multitask with this. We could visit shops along the way. We could video our road trip for you guys and, you know, show those specials. And we could take our wares and see if they might be interested in having some of our Skeps or spools.
Yeah.
Plus, we'd get to meet the folks. You know, we don't have an LNS here in Wake Forest or Raleigh. Really in North Carolina that's close. I think there's one in Greensboro that we're going to stop at, but I believe that's more of a needlepoint shop, which is great. But anyway, how exciting.
We'll have to close the shop for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're going to close the shop.
And actually make an actual real road trip out of it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a kind of a long, arduous journey. Buddy's kind of old and, you know, I don't know, he may not make it, so I guess I have to bring a shovel along just in case. You never know what happens.
Okay, cut.
Hey, you never know.
But, you know, if we can do like 2-hour stints or 2.5-hour stints, go to the shop or go to, anyway, I went through this database and I had the map. And we're going to go one way up and come another way back. Ohio is packed with cross-stitching stores. It's just...
Guys got going on there.
You want to move to Carolina? You ready to move to Ohio?
Sure, they got winter up. They got snow up there. None of these little wimpy winters we have down here in North Carolina.
So anyway, that is part of our exciting news that we're going to... I'm going to be able to go to a retreat.
Yeah.
It's going to be wonderful. Merritt Crawford's going to be there. I get to meet her face to face. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
And I'll get Buddy.
And Peter gets Buddy. And, you know, well, you can be there too. They have a thing where it's called a husband's meal ticket. So if Peter wants to, you know, we can buy that and he can come over because there's 2 meals that are provided in this retreat. Plus, I get to see Teresa Kogut, and it's no telling what kind of design she's going to have there. They're going to have a brag table. They're going to have a smalls exchange, which I've never participated in that, so I am on board for doing that. That's going to be so much fun. So anyway, I am just like over the moon excited.
It'll be a big trip there, and hopefully we'll run into some people who have actually go into these stores. Maybe we'll run into people who have watched either our YouTube or other YouTubes, and then we'll get a chance to shake hands and say hello, get to know you, and that kind of thing. So
and maybe, you know, somebody that's watching is going to the retreat, so let me know so we can meet up face to face. That's going to be fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. So anyway,
I would really like to meet. I'm not a cross stitch obviously, but I would like to meet all the folks and stuff. People I see that we're watching on
I think a lot of people
on
would like to
FlossTube
meet you
and that kind of thing
you're
as
quite
well
a character.
too. Well. That's what I'm going for.
The character.
I'm just driving Miss Daisy. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to show you a little bit of stitching kindness from my friend Barbara, my neighbor friend Barbara that I've told you about before. That's so sweet to me, and she's so thoughtful. She thinks about me and my quilting and my cross stitching, and she always tries to give me things that might help. But anyway, she sent this over with her husband today, and I told y'all I love tins, and she knows I love tins, so she gave me this tin. Isn't that pretty? Oh, the light is really bright on it. But won't that be pretty with something put on the top? I just think it would be beautiful.
Well, you've already got experience now with putting the top on those things. That should be no problem at all.
Yeah, but this one I could put right on the top because I wouldn't need to cover this.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and on my FFO, if y'all have any methods or suggestions on what I could use to cover that with, besides just wrapping that around. Give me some of your suggestions, some of your expertise, please. I really. But isn't this pretty? I just love it. I mean, I love the idea too that you can have something on top and then you can put things inside.
That's
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Yeah.
So thank you, Barbara.
Yeah. They're good friends.
They're very good friends. We just went to Don's birthday party on Thursday.
Yeah.
He was 85 and we had a blast. It was so much fun. It was really great celebrating him. You okay, buddy? Hey, little feller.
Don't unplug the computer.
Buddy's laying on the computer
cable. Power cable. Maybe he'll get a charge out of it.
So if we go dark,
I might have to go get that shovel earlier.
No. Aww. Oh. So anyway, that was my stitching kindness.
There you go.
And you had, in a way, it was stitching kindness because you were given a lead.
As a matter of fact, which is a good segue.
A good segue.
I want to say thank you very much to Miss Merritt. Last weekend we were sitting around and all of a sudden I get something from Kathy about a real estate sale, not a real estate, but an estate sale that was going on there. And I just want to thank you, Merritt, for being there. She went to this estate sale, looking around all the neat stuff they had, and they had a bunch of nice stuff.
Yes.
And then she saw some wood turning tools, and she thought of me.
Yeah.
And so she asked Kathy, would I be interested in it? And they gave me a link to the website and went and looked at it. And wow, yeah, sure enough. And she was even willing to go back and pick it up for me there. She's so sweet. Right. That's so nice of her. And that. But I contacted people and got information on it there. And as it turned out, it was a beautiful set of wood turning tools, which is now my haul. Which I'm ready to show right now.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So Peter's got good haul.
I thank you, Merritt, so much for thinking of me. And this was in this set of 5-piece wood turning tools. And although this may not look like much to anybody, let me tell you about this. This comes from
another woodworker.
From Sheffield, England. And Sheffield, England is where they produce these wonderful, really solid, fantastic, hardened steel tools, wood turning tools. I mean, these are some of the best in the industry to work with. And I never would have bought this on my own if it hadn't been for the estate sale because they're so expensive. But they gave a good price for it, and I was fortunate enough to be able to catch it. The people there were so kind. They even shipped it to me and everything, and it's wonderful. And now it's when you work with good tools, well, you all know, you are quilters and cross stitchers. You know, when you work with good equipment, it makes all the difference in the world. And this set right here represents just something that is just so beautiful, produced in England. Like I said, Sheffield, England. They're known quite well. They're called Crown Tools, and they're pretty famous the world over. I guess they're certainly famous around here. Every time I used to go to the wood turning store, I'd always go and drool all over these things there until the guy said, "Hey, stop that and get away." But anyway, now I got my own set, and I am so happy. And I thank you so much, Merritt. Again, you're such a sweetheart to remember me and to think of this. And what a great find that was. Yeah, so again, thank you.
They're brand new. I mean, they've never been used.
I can't believe this guy had this set of tools in his shop, and he had all kinds of wood turning tools and a lathe and everything, and these tools were not even used.
Well, you just don't know what might have happened. You know, he might have. You just don't know.
Yeah, but
but they were in the box and everything, and the price was amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were so great to ship it.
Yes.
Ship it to us.
Yeah, worked with the lady up there in the sales.
Her name was Gina. Yeah.
Did a great job. So if you're watching this, Gina, thank you so much.
I don't know if we could link that.
She went above and beyond to help me get these things there, and I appreciate them so much there. But
that was so great. Yeah. So great. Okay, so I have a little bit of haul. I don't have a huge amount. I got my, I actually stopped my floss club with Fat Quarter Shop because I need to use it. So I got my last floss fix. of Classic Colorworks, which is very pretty. This was January, so I won't get February's. And they changed the way they're doing it. Instead of doing it color, like monochromatic colors, they're starting at A, and they're going to work all the way through to Z. So this is, so you can see it's all A, so it's all of the ones, and yeah. But it would
interesting.
It would take a very long time to get a whole set.
That's the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think this year, if I'd stayed with it, it would have gotten through the C's.
But they're pretty colors, though.
They're beautiful colors.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that in some.
Yeah, the only thing is, I enjoy being part of these clubs, but a lot of times when I go and pick, go to look and see if I've got the floss, I don't have the floss.
Yeah, that's the problem, yeah.
Can you pause that just for a second, please? Excuse us, we'll be right back. Sorry about that, I got a tickle in my throat. Me and Peter are getting over colds.
Had a bad cold, yeah, we've been through it.
Yeah, Peter had it a whole lot worse than I did.
I did.
You did, yes.
I don't usually get colds. I haven't had one for many years, but this last one I had last week there was
it was pretty.
Wow,
pretty
it
rough.
put me down pretty hard.
Yeah, and I fought it. I mean, my glands were so swollen; they were really fighting it.
Yeah, Kathy almost had to grab a shovel for me.
Oh, golly, what's this with the shovel? Anyway, Classic Colorworks. Oh, beautiful floss.
Save on burial costs. Here's your shovel.
Oh.
Anyway.
And I got my variegated floss in from Vicki Clayton. I wonder if I should take these out and show you.
There you go. You got your scissors right there.
I know, but I shouldn't use these scissors.
She usually scream at me if I use those scissors for cutting anything other than
I did it.
the authorized thread.
Okay.
She
Just
can
going to
do
show
it.
you real quick. Vault of the Earth. Isn't that
Nice
pretty?
variegated thread.
Vault of the Earth. This is Quandary. Vicki, how do you come up with these names? This is Zoom and Gloom. It's a nice dark.
Nice dark green looks like.
Is it green or is it a charcoal?
I don't know. I think it's green.
Yeah, charcoal, dark green.
I think so.
This is Yips and Sailing. Oh, it looks like the ocean. Oh, that's pretty.
Very creative, yeah.
Very pretty. I need to get my nails done. This is Ossified. A white creamy. Ossified.
This bone cut.
Scarlet Fever. Oh, pretty. Look at that. Ooh. And this one is Koalafications. Koalafication.
Yeah, koalification.
Oh, that just cracks me up. Aren't these pretty? Oh, this one is Flame Stitch. Got a lot of pink.
Very creative with these names, I gotta tell you.
Oh my goodness. This one is Peckish to Boot. Peckish to Boot. Pretty green. I'm going a different direction. I was going clockwise. Flapper of Fact. Flapper of Fact. Now that definitely has some green in it, doesn't it? Yeah. Those are beautiful. Thank you, Vicki.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Very nice.
I got my color and cotton linen of the month, fabric of the month. And this is really pretty. Snowy Pine is the name of it.
Oh yeah. Green showing up pretty good.
That looks more
almost
blue.
Looks like blue green though.
Yeah.
Well.
That's more accurate, don't you think?
I think so, yeah. Changing value of light between the light system we got here.
Very, very pretty.
It's a very nice pattern.
Very
nice
good.
job there on staining that.
Yeah.
I mean, dyeing it.
Dyeing it. It's got, some variegation, but it's not huge. Huge.
I wonder what you're going to stitch into that.
I don't know. And then I got a notice from Saltbox Needleworks. Sorry for the crinkle, guys. Guys and gals.
Guess you weren't prepared for that one.
No.
Pre-opened.
Me.
Prepared. You usually are. You're
I
usually
know.
on top of everything.
I know, but I got a notice from Saltbox Needleworks that they had some new R&R, Creek Bed Brown, and I jumped on that because if you don't, it's gone. 36 count linen. I love R&R fabrics. Kind of looks like a raw natural. Very pretty. But it's more brown than a raw natural.
Yeah. A little darker.
Yep. So isn't that pretty? Did y'all get any of that? I really think I'm wanting to try some Ada. Or Aida, however you say it. I'm not sure how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And that was all. That was all I got.
Is that all your haul?
That's all my haul.
Gee whiz.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I know.
That's all my haul, y'all.
It's enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's see. I do have. Do you have some plans? Any, heavy plans? Do you? We have our trip plans.
Have our trip plans.
But I guess this is haul, and I want y'all's help with this. If you can, help me, all you quilters out there. This is quilting haul. So, I saw Fat Quarter Shop had this block of the month called Scraps of Kindness, which is Kim Dill fabric, and that it was 6 parts, and 1 part would get shipped to you each month. And there's spools. I don't know if you can tell, and the spools have. Let me take this out.
More plastic noise.
I'm sorry. Let me move that away from the.
Right there, microphone's right there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Side. This fabric is gorgeous, but it's spools, and each of the spools has different block. So each month you get 3 different blocks, and you make 2 blocks out of each pattern. So this is January, and I looked to see if there was a link to the stitch along, because it says stitch along, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it on Fat Quarter Shop. I couldn't find a hashtag. I couldn't find anything on Facebook, because a stitch along normally has a hashtag, or it has a Facebook group or something, so you can
link.
Yeah, so you can join others that are doing the same one. I couldn't find it anywhere.
Strange that.
And that was kind of why I did it. The fabrics are beautiful. So this is the January fabric, and this is going to be the backing of the quilt. And I was real excited to get it and participate in the stitch along. It's going to be 56 by 64.
Pretty good size.
I thought it'd make a nice wall hanging upstairs in my quilting room, but I don't know that I have a spot that's big enough for that.
Yeah.
But since they're spools, that would be nice.
That would be beautiful.
In my quilt. Yeah,
problem of space.
Yeah, and the block sizes are 8 by 8. The blocks are 8 by 8. So anyway, if y'all know of a group, a stitch along group that's doing this, let me know, please, because I would like to join you. I thought that was kind of the idea of a stitch along. Couldn't find anything on Fat Quarter Shop. What I might do is give them a call.
There you go.
And say, okay, where's the group?
Call them directly.
I want to join in. Where's the group? So, anyway, that is part of my haul and part of my plans too. I did have a couple things I wanted to share with you guys. I found this. These are a couple of different finds. One was from the antique shop, one of the antique shops that we go to. And I just thought she was so cute. Is that a chicken or a duck? It's a chicken, isn't it? So it's a little chicken, scissor holder.
Real fancy scissors in there too.
Fancy scissors. This is what came with it. Of course, I had some old spools that I put on, and Peter it didn't have a knob, so Peter put a knob on for me. And I don't know that this is an antique so much. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think it's antique?
It's old. I mean,
It's old, yeah. Old, like maybe in the 80s, 60s, 70s?
Maybe 70s. I see they got the. Maybe this has been fixed or something like that. See how those are. Those,
So no,
yeah.
the seams aren't.
Yeah, they seem put together. What I'm looking at here is they got little nails put in here. They didn't do that kind of stuff with the antique stuff, or it wouldn't be nice and shiny like this for sure.
Well, you know,
This wood looks too new.
Okay.
It had been replaced at one point in time, so
Yeah.
the actual piece may be older than that, but it's been updated and fixed and put a
I
little.
still like it though.
Oh yeah, I mean it's still nice, but
I think it's cute.
yeah.
But I wanted y'all's opinion too. This is just worn out here, and this is a little pin cushion. You know, I didn't know if I should try to, you know, take the shine off and maybe darken it up a little bit, prim it up a little bit, and redo the wings, or if I should just leave it like it is. I've got it upstairs in my quilting room. I like it. But it is shiny. It's just plywood. I still like it though.
Sure, I mean, it's nice.
Yeah. And then we went to Goodwill. We stop anytime we're out and about. I try to stop at Goodwill because you can find some great frames there and different things. But I found these 2 boxes, and I just think it's really cute. But this person, and I was thinking about, you know, putting a stitch piece in here, but that's hand painted by somebody with the initials of KJ down at the bottom, and they did it in 1992. So I kind of hate to.
Yeah.
Put
Nice to
something.
put something that's on the inside there that would be nice. Open it up and.
Oh, maybe I could do that.
Yeah.
Put something on the inside and then still have this on the outside.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Nice cross stitch or something else maybe.
Well, that's a good idea. This was $3. That's not bad, is it?
She spent so much money.
I know it. I'm a big spender. Then I got this, which is a little heavier.
Oh, that's your, can you hold that for me?
This is actually
This is bamboo.
and it's a tea box. So you put your tea bags in there, which we might use it for that.
Good.
Because we
Yeah,
have all
tea.
those, we have all that tea, and
We
I've
do.
got a dresser in our office, and the bottom drawer has
Mm-hmm.
boxes and boxes of tea, and
Yeah.
we never know what we have, so we might do that. But then I thought too, it would be pretty to do a finish, or put little pillows in there.
Little pillows. Okay, yeah, that'd be nice.
That's not bad, is it?
No, that's nice.
So maybe we'll use it for tea
Bamboo.
right now. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but we could use it for tea, and I could put a finish on top.
You could. That would look really nice. Yeah.
So if y'all know of any cross stitches that have a tea reference, that might be cool to do a tea reference for the top and then put our tea inside. It smells good too. Smells like tea.
Mm-hmm. It had some tea had been in
Definitely-
there before for
definitely
sure.
has-
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. Very nice built box too. Very nice, made out of
I
bamboo,
know,
and it looks.
it's heavy.
good. It's well, that's plastic, so that's not a big deal. But anyway, it's the good solid bamboo.
yeah.
So not
And that was $6.99.
not laminated there.
So that was a little bit more expensive. But I think it's a Royal House. I don't know if that's a
Tea.
tea. That
Yeah.
must be a tea.
Yep.
Tea brand.
So,
So anyway, that's my find at Goodwill.
how about that?
Yeah. And our last thing,
Yes.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
is what?
Giveaway.
Giveaway. So if y'all stuck with us this long, golly, we didn't mean to go this long. I thought this one would be shorter.
Well,
I know some of you guys
Sorry.
don't like long ones. I don't mind long ones because I just put it on when I'm upstairs or put it on when I'm stitching, and just the longer the better for me. I think that's why I like watching whip parades, because you know, they're typically pretty long. But anyway, we have 2 giveaways, and
Yes.
you've got them somewhere.
I got them. I got
Okay.
them right here. All right.
So I want to thank y'all for subscribing, and if you're watching and you haven't subscribed,
Come on, Betsy.
we do ask that you subscribe and like the video and hit that little bell that's up top, and that will let you know when we post another video. And like I said, we're going to have some special videos coming too. So be sure you like and subscribe and hit that little bell and you'll be notified. And you can get a chance to look at some of these shops that you might not have been to. Oh, and I've got 12 already picked out. So, and we might be adding more to this list. Is that the phone?
Yep.
Do we need to stop?
That's right. No. Plus, adding videos as well too. I'm going to take, like Kathy said, do some videos out in my shop there too. So we'll put those in and can add those into there for a little bit of, so you can see what goes on in the shop there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I would still like to do a quilting room tour at some point.
Yep. All kinds of possibilities.
But before I do that, I've got to clean up. There's stuff everywhere.
All right, so what do we got to give away here?
Okay.
This is why we go way over time here.
Okay. The first thing is I participated in the Prim Stitch series. It was a monthly stitch series that you received. I didn't get the whole thing though. I got 4. So I didn't know if some people really love Laurie Holt and really love the patterns, and these are very cute. But I have 1 through 4, so this is all together. It's this is the patriotism. That's the first one. The second one is joy and contentment. I know y'all seen these. And the third one is peace and plenty, with the angel and the beautiful flower baskets. And the fourth one is kindness and generosity. So if you're interested in getting these all together, use the word prim, but there's also a question that goes along with it. Tell me, how do you stitch? Do you stitch in hand? Do you stitch in a hoop? In a Q-snap, in a frame, with a lap stand, with a floor stand, two-handed, one-handed,
upside down,
in
the shower.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, just tell me how you stitch. I'm just interested to find out all the different ways people stitch. So use the word prim and tell me how you stitch. And we will give this until our next FlossTube, whenever that's going to be, hopefully within 2 weeks or so.
Hopefully a couple weeks.
Hopefully within a couple of weeks. So you can enter to win. Don't put giveaway. You have to be over 18 because of the address. I have to get your address. Don't say win or anything like that. Just, if you're interested in it, just use the word prim in a sentence.
Prim, P-R-I-M.
P-R-I-M, and then tell me how you stitch. So, good luck.
Okay.
And then Peter has picked out something.
Second one is, I've made some decorations there this winter, snowmen and decorations for the Christmas tree and stuff like that. Yeah. But I also made a snowman, which out of maple here. I'll just go ahead and show it to you. Made out of maple, and it's also got a little hole in the top of his hat here to hold a candle. It didn't occur to me that you could put a pair of scissors in some of these there as well too.
Right.
So for whoever the winner is, if you would like to have the hole drilled down through there so you can put a pair of scissors in the top of him, yeah, we can do that as well too. So there's a little maple snowman.
And it's got some live edge.
It's got some live edge on his backside there. He must have been laying down, sleeping or something. And anyway, so it's just a little snowman decoration for the holiday, for the season and whatnot. And if you would just enter the word snowman into the comment there.
Okay,
so snowman.
Let me write that down.
Didn't we? I thought you wrote that down.
Oh, I did write snowman.
Snowman, yeah.
Okay.
So just enter the word snowman, and we'll pick for that. And again, we'll notify you that as well when we do the one for the prim.
Now they have to answer a question also.
Yeah. What's the question again?
Do
you like snow? Yeah.
You like snow?
Because what you have sitting before you here is two people. One loves snow and one hates it. But one likes to look at it. But I think you can probably tell who that is right now. As a matter of fact, I like snow so much. I would love to move to Alaska. Yeah.
No.
Kathy tells me, says, well, I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, I love you.
So I guess I'm going to have to stay in North Carolina where we have our obligatory 2 days of winter a year.
Yeah.
And anywho, I like
you never
snow.
know. You never know
like
where it might go, You
never know.
Never know.
No, but as long as there's snow involved, I know you ain't going.
Well, I don't drive in it.
Yeah, well,
I don't drive.
That's what you got me for.
I like snow if I'm at home. I don't have to go anywhere. The power stays on. We've got heat. We've got plenty of food and hot chocolate. Yeah, those are my, you know.
She's so adventurous.
Now, when I was a kid, I would get out and play in the snow like all the others, and I'd get cold and frozen and wet and just have a good old time. But
somewhere along the way, though, you just lost your love for the white stuff.
I've lost my love for it. It's too cold. It's too cold.
Well.
Feet get cold. And
as we used to say there, would you like a little bit of cheese with that wine?
Yeah, I would, please.
Anyway, so we'd love to give you guys this gift there. If you would, please leave those words there. Answer the question. Do you like snow? What's your favorite thing about snow? Whatever. Tell us a little bit. Give us a little story. Love to hear your stories. That's the best thing about reading your comments, because you reveal a little bit about yourselves while you do that, and we like that so much. We love hearing from you, and responding as much as we can, and whatnot. So, but we are very, very grateful for everybody who watches and subscribes and leaves a little message for us.
I think we might need to pause here for just one moment. Buddy needs to go out and go to the bathroom.
Oh. Potty break.
Okay.
All right, so we're back, and the dog can see clearly now, and we're going to go ahead and finish up here now.
Yes, Peter's going to share a blessing with us.
Yes, I'd like to share this little blessing with you before we go there. This comes from the book of Jude. And it's only one chapter, chapter 1, but this is verse 25. It says, "All glory to him who alone is God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ our Lord. All glory, majesty, power, and authority are his, before all time, and in the present, and beyond all time. Amen."
Amen. Thank you guys for spending time with us.
Yes, thank you. It's been fun being here. Thank you for your patience.
Yes.
And it's been great seeing you.
And your kindness. And as always, we're wishing you many happy stitches.
Yep. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.